Ah, ah. Um, hey. uh, man, I really was not. Hello. Hi, Pia Tech. Hi, Cursive. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I was really not uh concerned. Can you speak up? You're kind of far away. What? Hello? Hello? Echo? Echo? Is there an echo? Is there an echo right now? Hello? Refreshes. Uh-oh. That was spooky. Is there still an echo? Wait. Hello? Is there actually an echo? We're back? Oh shit. Also I'm dropping frames. Like it's hot. What the fuck is going on? Oh, we're gonna hit the reset button so that the orange number goes away, and then it did drop a bit. Uh-oh. My sentiments exactly. Hello, Blaze. Welcome in. Okay. Well, I wasn't nervous at all, and then I got all the things set up, and I was like, wait a minute. So anyway, that's a new profile pic. Hey, Blaze. Yeah. There's something different about me. I got a new haircut. I hope you like it. So the plan for today, I guess I should do the thing. Boop. Oh. Let's make it a little, maybe we can be a little bigger. Look, I have ahoge. I have very, very important ahoge. So for those of you not in the know, multiple. Very important that there's two. It's very important. I have eyes now. Hey. Hey, what's up? I'm not good at the whole like peak thing, and there's not a whole lot to show. But hey, look at that. I came out of the box a little bit. Hey. So this is the new model. I have a face now. How about that? Isn't that neat? I also have arms and like a torso. But there's nothing else. It's just this. Don't worry about what is below the screen right now. An unboxing, so true. That's what I should have. Missed opportunity. I should have called it an unboxing stream. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. But yeah, hey, I got a new model. Yay. I've been wanting for a while to be more expressive and just more of this, more of that stuff, you know? And now that would have ruined the surprise. True. Although I haven't really been subtle about it. If you follow me on like Twitter or Blue Sky or see me in Discords, I've had the profile picture. I've had the profile picture forever. I've been using it constantly. I just didn't apply it to Twitch because I felt like it wouldn't really make sense to do it there just yet. But yeah, so this is pretty much it. We do have a couple fun things. Like I can do this. You like my hands? Yeah, I've got like crazy claw fingers. How about that? Isn't that pretty cool? And my totally nondescript game controller TM. Um yeah, I can toggle that on and off willy-nilly. This is the only way. This is the only way to see my hands. If I scroll up here, if I move up, don't get scared, okay? Okay, you can hold my hand. You can hold my hand. This is gonna be a little frightening. Just kidding. I don't have any hands. Ah, got him. But yeah, so we're gonna sit like this, nice and tidy on the bottom of the screen. Otherwise, hands are in storage. It's true. Very true. I was thinking maybe at some point, perhaps, that's pretty handy. But I was thinking at some point, perhaps, of getting this model a little detailed in the future. But it kind of depends on a number of factors. The majority of which is like money and availability of people. I don't want to kill people with workload. Because bless her heart, Miss Myra Morse, Twitter extraordinaire, she went fucking insane mode on this model, to be perfectly honest with you. And I didn't want to put too much on her plate, especially when this model was already overscoped from the listing on VGen to begin with. So, yeah, my bad. Thank you, and thank you, Myra. If you ever see this, I bow and I lift my sword up because Jesus Christ, holy shit, spectacular to work with, by the way. I like threw some ideas out there, and I gave her like the like base, you know, kind of sketch that that Mr. Bryce Butcher, by the way, original concept design by Mr. Bryce Butcher, famed developer of Fatum Batula and oh god, I've minimized everything. Hold on. And Secrets Under Lake Ophelia, and soon to be released, what is it, like 500 something caliber, 50 caliber contracts? Holy shit. I'm awful at advertising. 500 caliber contracts spelled with a Z. Hell yeah. Yes. I'm very excited for that game to come out. I've started Steam's full screen mode. It's a good thing that desktop audio is not a feature of my stream, so that you don't have to experience that. Wow, it's really lagging. Exit big picture mode. Man, I'm on a roll today. But let me see if I can pull up that sketch here. It's going to be big and it's going to be white, so I'm sorry. Boom. Okay, resize, transform, center vertically. Oh, nope, that's not enough. Okay, transform. Fit to screen? There we go. Hey, look at that. Isn't that pretty cool? Yeah, unsolicited big picture mode. Yeah, honestly. The concept design goes fucking insane. Insane. The only thing that I added after the fact really was the ahoge. Those were really important to me. I really needed them to be there. And they're not, it's not there. They are there. It's just that the angle kind of downplays them a little bit, and they sort of blend in with the rest of the hair. But I mean, look at this. Doesn't that go fucking insane? That's so good. That's so unbelievably awesome. Thank you, Mr. Bryce Butcher. I love your games. And also, thank you for taking my commission for this concept, because he also kind of blew it out of the fucking park. Bryce, had even less to go on with Bryce. I gave him the most bare minimum of concepts. It was literally like a mimic but a person, and he was like, bet. And he just spit this out, and it's fantastic. It's everything that I wanted. And so I gave this to Myra, and I was like, hey, can you do this on her like VGen listing for like a doodle model? And I think it ended up being, I don't know, this feels like a little overscoped for what the example was previously, but maybe she's okay with that. Maybe she's trying to make it a bigger thing. I don't know. But yeah, go check out Myra. She's really awesome. It's Myra Moore's spell. It's like that, but you pronounce it like Myra Morse. It's meant to be like a play on words. She's very cool. Very, very cool. Awesome streamer. She's currently doing a fundraiser for her own model. She's currently working off of a like sort of chibi, but it's like really good concept model currently. But she had I forget what the artist's name was. It's like something spelled with a 5 instead of an F. I don't think it was Figman. Maybe it is Figman. Who basically took the design that she like originally drew, which is her as she's a retromancer, and she ain't got no arms, but she's got like spectral magical arm. Very cool. Anyway, go check her out. Go help her get the really fucking awesome high-tech supermodel that she has the concept. I think she's just getting the rigging right now. Like that's what the fundraising is for, is just the rigging. Go check her out. She's awesome. Fantastic to work with. A lot of times I would say something and she'd be like, oh, like this. And then she would just show it. And it was exactly what I wanted and had in mind. And I was like, wow, how do you do it? Very fast too. Like, holy shit. Artists, I don't know. I wish I could draw. Lol. Anyway. You will notice that there are certain details from the concept that are not a part of this model, and a lot of that is mostly just like time. It was mostly time and also keeping the scope of the model reasonable to the listing on VGen, because I did not want to overscope it any more than it already was. So yeah, basically, you know. Thank you. Oh, I've triggered another one of the toggles. Don't worry about that. Lol. I can get angry. I can get really grumpy and really mad. The eyes are like a separate. Is it showing the original eye underneath that? Maybe not. I don't know. But I can get really angry like that. I can also get very happy. Very happy. I wanted the blush to be a little more subtle. Honestly, I think I have to play around. With the colors a little bit, make it a little more subtle. But this is for like if I was like drinking, or if I'm just like really happy and elated. I can also get sort of frightened. This won't happen very often because I'm an unafraid gamer. So unfortunately, you won't be seeing this too much. It could also be like, if I didn't use the eye, I could treat it as like a disgusted sort of face, which I think would probably get used a bit more. But yeah. Let's see here. That there was angry, happy. That I think there was a sad one. I think there was a sad one somewhere. I might have to look through it. I know she made the 3 main stickers were the like frightened lines. Oh, I've done something. Windows noise made. There's the hatching on the blush, and then there was like the angry stamp. And I think those were the 3 that were like included. And then I kind of asked for like the funny eyes, which sort of just like melded into it and everything. But no, Myra killed it. Also, if you haven't noticed, there's also another emote. There's another emote in there, which is also done by Miss Myra Moores. Yeah, cheer. So I don't know. I might have to ask her about that one because so originally part of this whole fundraiser thing, actually it might have been a subathon before that, was a like your character here kind of drawing, and the one on the one day that I was in there was this cheer thing. And so after I had gotten the concept from Bryce, this was even before I had started commissioning the actual model here. I had donated like $25 and gotten this. And so I loved it. I loved it a lot. And I was like, wait. And so I was like looking at her VGen and I saw that she offered the doodle model, and that's kind of how things one thing led to another. But anyway, so yeah, we also have a funny little cheer emote. I might in the future commission a few more emotes from her. Possibly a redo on that one, just because the concept wasn't like super totally finalized, so there's like some differences here and there. But I mean, it's pretty much what it needs to be. It's pretty much what I wanted. I love it. I love it a lot. It's very good. Let's see. What else? I sort of I mentioned it in a like previous stream, and you've been seeing it a number of times here and there. But this funny little transition, you'll notice that it's still the little Mimic Man, but the colors are slightly different. They sort of resemble maybe this box a little more. So my plan for my Chungus son, as he is now going to be colloquially known, is he's still around. He's a little more of like he's sort of like a mascot, kind of maybe chibi mode. I'll probably still use it. I still love that model. Don't get me wrong. I love it a lot. But you know, I wanted to be a little more expressive and have a little more like movement face stuff going on. So that's kind of the main motivator for all this. But don't worry, he's not gone. He's not gone. He's just taking he just has weekends off now, is all. He actually has he has accrued a lot of PTO, and he gets to take a break now, I guess. Good for him. But he will return, don't you worry. Someday maybe I even am able to get Chungus son. Yes. Someday, I'm maybe even able to get a slightly redone version of him in kind of a more alike color scheme to this box, just to make things a little more consistent, and also just kind of update the art on it a little bit. Because, I mean, that model is a couple of years old now, and it was done very, very graciously by a friend of mine who just kind of handed it to me, was like, oh, you want a Mimic model? Well, I'm gonna fuck around with whatever it is, not VTube Studio, Live 2D. I'm just gonna fuck around with Live 2D over a weekend and draw a thing. And then he did, and then he gave it to me, and I was like, whoa, thank you. What the but I really don't want to. I'm not trying to like ask him to do it again. Because I mean, it was basically just a gift, so I really appreciate it. So in the future, perhaps you know, a model of a similar kind, and it'll be really easy to commission that now because I have a lot of references and a pretty good, like, I want this, I just want it to be a little bit, you know, and so we can have it do funnier things. So that'll be cool, maybe sometime down the line, but that's in the future. This is now. This is now. The now is here, happening in front of us. Hey, you know how people sometimes do those funny like PowerPoint slideshow things. Oops. Let's get the concept off the screen. Yes. I move over now. Hey. Oh, you saw my non-hands for a second there. My bad. So the first part of the stream is just gonna be me doing the you know, the funny debut thing where I go over who I am and like what's going on, and then I'm going to end stream, and then I will restart the stream, and we will play Silent Hill Downpour. So for those of you who may be watching this in the future, sorry. I'm talking about a bunch of irrelevant things that you probably don't care about. Anyway, so here we have a bio. You know, my name's Orman, either or. You know, up to you. Please. Mr. In the Box is my father. You can call me Orman. Or Orm, whichever you prefer. You know, Orman just seems like it's like sort of cuter, but like Orm is, you know, a little more frank. It's like the difference between like Bill and William, you know? Like William's fun to say, but Bill is like a little more informal. Anyway, my birthday's in February, in case you didn't know. I'm also a mimic, which I know may come as a shock. It might come as a shock, but unfortunately, I have to tell you, I am a mimic legally. I've been warned by the authorities that if I don't say that, then they're going to take me in again, and I can't go back to jail. So my height is about 5'9", give or take. The box really reduces it by a lot, but you know, I can be a tall boy when I need to be. So I'm just gonna let that one sit. My occupation, I'm a fucking. I don't leave the house. I play video games. I do offer box support. I do work from home. I support people in all of their box needs. And people are always calling me about their box. And I mean, I know a thing or two. I've been around the box, you know. VTuber debut.ppp ppt. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, next slide. Hobbies. I mean, look at this. Do you see this, right? You see all that stuff? That's not just for show. I mean, it is because I am really bad about actually playing the video games, but you know, it's for the most part, I play games and I like collecting games, which is maybe bad for my finances, but you know, it is a thing that I also like to do. You know, sometimes I play them, but the collecting the video games is a separate hobby from the playing the video games. A wise man once said this, and I was like, you know what? You're so damn right. It really is. And then lastly on that, I do enjoy singing. It's not something that has come up on stream yet, but maybe someday it will. I do really enjoy, especially on the off chance that I do have to leave the house and I drive my boxcar, you know, to the office. I do enjoy singing in the car and jamming out. Big fan of that. I was also in music growing up, but you know, we'll worry about that later, maybe. Anyway, the list of my favorite games, the short list, the short list of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, here we have, you know, the basics. We've got The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages specifically. You can kind of tie it with seasons, but I also tried to limit it to like one game per series here. Otherwise, we'd be here all day. The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and do that, but you know, the best one from each, in my opinion. Good representation, anyway. Oh yes, nerd shit. Hell yeah. I don't know if the stream is on like a super delay or not You let me know. But yeah, so Kingdom Hearts 2, obviously, big childhood game, despite the fact that I did not own a PS2 when I was a kid, but I went over to friends' houses and played the shit out of it. And I actually, the first Kingdom Hearts that I ever beat was Chain of Memories, but I love that game, but I cannot in good conscience pretend like it's my favorite. I do love that game though. It's very fun. It's very interesting, but I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is maybe just a little better. Cave Story, one of my all-time favorite video games. It's a banger. What can I say? What can I say that hasn't already been said? If you haven't played Cave Story, you should probably play Cave Story. It's really good. It's not that long. It's quite hard, but it's very fun. And the story's pretty good, and I like the art, and it's fun. Play it. It's free. Unless you buy the paid version that's distributed by Nicalis, who, we're not going to get into that. For the Silent Hill category, I put Shattered Memories because I'm deciding that I'm a contrarian. And actually, Shattered Memories is the best one. I've decided this. It's actually Silent Hill 2. But I really like Shattered Memories quite a bit. It was the first Silent Hill that I played, TM. So it does kind of have that going for it. But also, I think it just gets Silent Hill in a way that maybe some of the newer games don't exactly. But anyway, P4G, Persona, obviously. Mega Man Legends, rest in peace. Digimon World 3. Y'all know what's up. Spyro Ripto's Rage is another one of my favorites. Demon Souls is the best one, I'm sorry. Bloodborne, it's really fucking close, but I think I like Demon Souls a little, just like a little more. Just like a little more. Bloodborne is a better game, but I like Demon Souls. I think it's cool. I think it's got the sauce. Bloodborne also has the sauce, but it's just a different flavor, Undertale, obviously. Corpse Party, you know what's up. Super Kiwi 64, gotta represent the real. Deadly Premonition, very formative. Trails in the Sky, relevant currently. They're remaking the first game. Go play it. It's really good. It's really good. It's really good. Return of the Obra Dinn, fantastic puzzle game. I think a lot of people have said, and I will reiterate, maybe the only true mystery video game, maybe the only actual mystery video game where you actually have to investigate, you're actually investigating something. I'm sure there's others actually, but especially now that indie games are doing indie game stuff. But Return of the Obra Dinn, I think, was the first game I played that really forced you to actually look, and it did not. It really did. It went out of its way, in fact, to not hold your hand and not tell you this is what happened definitively. It's okay, you have to get 3 of them right, and until you get 3 of them right, I'm not going to confirm shit. Awesome video game, fantastic aesthetic. I also really wish there was another one like it. I don't want a sequel necessarily, but something on the level of Return to Obra Dinn. Please, somebody else hook me up. I think that game that you were playing, Fida, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, seems similar. Although that game does have a lot of internal note taking, but it didn't seem like there was any quest log necessarily. It just kept track of all of the books that you read. So that's probably another one. I don't know what your final thoughts on that ended up being, but hopefully it was good. Highly recommend Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Hell yeah. I may have to check that out at some point. Wrapping up the list really quick, Ape Escape 999, Flower, Sun, and Rain, banger. Suda51's best game, magnum opus. It's really good after you've played the Silver Case, though. You gotta play the Silver Case first. I'm sorry. You just gotta. Uninvited is a it's one of the Mac Venture games, specifically the NES version though, because it's got banger music, and I like the NES's art aesthetic a little better. Live a Live, I mean, come on, you know where it's at. Maybe unexpected for me. Hamtaro, Ham Hams Unite. What can I say? It's fire. It's a banger game. It's really good. If you haven't played Ham Hams Unite or Ham Ham Heartbreak, I think it's called, I recommend it. They're pretty good. Yep, there it is. Ham Ha. I love that game. I love that game so much. It was one of the initial Game Boy Color games that I had as a kid, and I think it really set me up for a life of enjoying games where you just kind of walk around and talk to people to collect like dialogue puzzle pieces. It's really good. It's really good. You collect like ham chat words and they say cute things and do little cute dance. What can I say? Nier? When I say Nier, I'm talking about not Replicant, not Automata. I'm talking about Nier on the PS3 with Big Papa. Nier Replicant is fine. I actually really like Nier Replicant, and I think the like additions to it and like the remixed gameplay is actually quite good. Why did they remove all of the percussion from the music? Why did they remove all of the percussion, all of the iconic percussion from the music? What the fuck, Square Enix? You've got a big-ass symphony. You're telling me you don't have a couple timpani drums? Maybe some bongos? What the fuck? Anyway. Anodyne by NLGzic Productions. Very good video game. That was one of the earlier indie games that I played as well. I just really like the aesthetic and mood that it brings. It's a very very mood piece, as are all of NLGzic Productions video games, I think. Melis Hanitani knows how to sell it. Knows what's up. Very big fan of their YouTube channel where they just like post music that they thought was cool with like a short blurb about it. Big fan of that. I don't know if they've posted one of those in a while, but it's real good. Long list of Suda games I need to play. I mean, hey, if you're playing them in release order, which is what you should do, it's the second one. You get to experience Peak so soon. Very recommend playing through Suda's games in as close to release order as you can. Obviously, Moonlight Syndrome and Twilight Syndrome and Fire Pro Wrestling Special, not translated, but maybe so. Well, actually, I think Super Fire Pro Wrestling Special did get a translation recently. The story mode specifically, which is the only part you should care about. But I think when I tried to play it, I had no idea how the controls worked, and the game is really hard. So I got my ass kicked in the first fight. It wasn't even close, and I could not proceed. So maybe someday I'll return to that. Went to Killer 7, but the Silver Case is coming. Hell yeah. Killer 7 is kind of like... It's like sort of outside, kind of, sort of, the Kill the Past series. Because after that, Shadows of the Damned. Again, sort of, kind of outside of the Kill the Past series, as it were. Not terrible that you know, are playing those ones out of order. Killer 7 is probably his magnum opus. It's probably the most Suda has ever been and ever will be. Which is great that it kind of is outside of things. But I will say, if you do end up going in order eventually, like starting with the Silver Case, and then you play Flower, Sun, and Rain, and then you play 25th Ward, and then so on and so forth, I do recommend playing Killer 7 again after that, because you'll notice some things. And you'll be like, oh, I know now. It's very awesome. Highly recommend. And then rounding out the list on the very bottom, we have Rosencruz Stilette, which is a Mega Man like game. It's on Steam. I played it in like middle school, and it's What If Mega Man, but girls with like magic and like goth Lolita aesthetic like outfits. I almost said uniforms, but it's not uniforms at all. It's very much just like outfits. It's so unbearably girls. Yeah, I know. It's so unbearably like 2008 like emo anime aesthetic, but it's pretty good. I like it a lot. It has like a sequel where you play as one of the bosses, and I haven't played that one as much, but I played the shit out of the original Rosencruz Stilette back in like 2009, 2008. And I have picked it up on Steam, and I've been meaning to get around to going back to it, but haven't done that yet. Maybe sometime on stream, you know, we can suffer and try to be good at Mega Man again. Dear God. It has like a funny mode where you actually, it has a funny mode where you play as a different one of the bosses that has a sword, and she's very like zero coded. It's very fun. Suggested that game since I'm also a Mega Man enjoyer. I would recommend it. I think it's quite good. The aesthetic is quite good, and the level design is very like funny. In some places. For the most part, though, I think it's quite well designed. I think in terms of difficulty, it's not too bad. The like quote unquote like Wily levels or whatever, Mega Box Stream, maybe someday I have my Mega Man arc and then we suffer because Mega Man Legends 3 never ever. Anyway, next slide. Maybe someday I do that though. That would be fun, I think. Actually, I think I played. Did I play Mega Man on stream? There's no VODs of it. If I did, I might not have. Unsure. Anyway, time to like really reveal a lot about myself with my list of favorite anime, which is also exhaustive. Sorry, I'm just like this. Up at the top, you know what it is. It's Evangelion. What do I gotta say? I mean, I get it. I get it. I get why people don't like it. I get why people think it's overrated, and I agree that it probably is a little bit, but also it's kind of really good. I get a lot of meaning out of it, considering I watched it when I was like, you know, in 8th grade and whatnot. But every time I watch it, I notice new things, and I get a little more out of it. And I think it's aged particularly well as well. It shows off trauma in like a pretty, I would say, you know, understandable and realistic way. Just, you know, being a middle school kid and having really fucked up shit happen to you all the time, turns out it's kind of rough. Very good show. Music spectacular. Everything's, I mean, you know what it is. It's Ava. You know. Same with the other one next to it. Dragon Ball Z. Duh. Some pretty good ones on there. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to claim to have the best taste in the world. I objectively do enjoy my slop. And I enjoy bad things on a semi-ironic level. But I would say that, you know, a lot of times I enjoy things that go out of their way to be good. Haruhi Suzumiya is... Okay, so on the left-hand side, we have several shows that are combating for my, like, top spot, you could say. You've got Ava, you've got Haruhi, you've got Karekano, which is another... It's like a more drama rom-com kind of thing. If you've seen... what was the show that came out recently that's exactly the same? It's on the tip of my tongue. Horimiya. If you've seen Horimiya is like almost a carbon copy of Karekano. In a lot of ways, they're very similar shows. Both are good. I think Karekano is maybe a bit more. It handles things a bit more maturely. I think it's a bit moodier. I would say, whereas Horimiya is a little more leaning towards just like being kind of funny and cute. Karekano like kind of it kind of hangs on some stuff. And very well done. I think honestly, in terms of like the cinematography, quote unquote, I think Karekano might be one of Ano's like best works, just from like a shots perspective. There's a lot of really interesting like frame formatting things going on in that show, and the music's phenomenal too. Highly recommend. Berserk, you know what it is. Obviously, look at me. You think this happened you think this happened without reason? Cowboy Bebop? I mean, come on. I literally own Spike Spiegel's gun. I literally own it. I did buy it secondhand because anyway. Dot Hack Sign, also. I know it's just people talking. I know it's people logging into an MMO to talk to each other about weird MMO mysticism in totally not the early 2000s, but like, it's so good. It quite liked Dot Hack. Dot Hack is awesome. It's phenomenal. They've run the series into the ground, unfortunately, and even if there was a continuation of it, I wouldn't like it. Which is unfortunate because, man, it's got some stuff in it that's it nails the aesthetics, it nails the vibes, the music's real good. It's quite good. I highly recommend it. Sign is a lot of talking. It is kind of just people talking. And that's what a lot of people dislike about it, but I would highly recommend it. Definitely check that one out if you get the chance. I'm dropping frames again. What's happening? I'm dropping a lot of frames currently. Why is that happening? I hope it's not because of this model just requiring more processing power, because it is quite a bit heftier than the previous one. Hopefully that's fine. We're just gonna hit the reset button again so that the scary red number doesn't bother us anymore. Let me know if anything goes haywire on stream. As you probably would. Star Driver, Mecha Show, the Yaoi goes crazy. Not what I'm there for, but happy for the people who enjoy that. It's kind of funny how I don't care about Yaoi, but that show is fucking awesome, and the music is really good, and the mechs are really awesome, and I'm happy. Go Yaoi heads. You made a banger. What can I say? Very, very good. I'm gonna butcher the name. Sure Dure Children is like sort of another kind of slice of life rom-com thing. I just really like the formatting of that one. I like a lot of the characters. I think a lot of the dynamics are pretty cute. I'm a bit of a slice of life drama head when I feel like it. Obviously, I enjoy my Cowboy Bebops and my Evangelions and whatnot, but I think I fucks with a Haruhi Karekano a little more on average. And Suradure Children, I mean, it is what it is. It's romance rom-com schlock, but it's good. I like it. IGPX, banger show. It's like Toonami distilled into a television show. Highly recommend. High School of the Dead. It's a masterpiece. I know it gets a lot of hate. Probably deservedly. But I think that the character designs are good, actually, and very influential to my tastes in things, I would say. Very important formatively to my tastes in certain things. If you can spot what I'm talking about. But pretty awesome show, honestly. I think it does a lot of the zombie things quite good. It really does nail a good theme when it's not, doing the funny thing. Which honestly, like, I understand people's disdain for that sort of thing, but when it is used to create a certain mood, as that show does, as Berserk, I would say, does, I do think it's effective at the very least. I'm not going to say that all of it in that show was necessary, but you know what? There's nothing wrong with a little bit of titty here and there, which is also not exactly how I would describe High School of the Dead. But anyway, moving on. Golden Boy, are we moving on? Hey, I put all of the problematic ones in the corner. Golden Boy's really good. A lot of life lessons to be gleaned from it. It's phenomenal. It's 6 episodes. Go watch it. I aspire to be that man. I wish I was him. I'll never be him, but God, I hope I am half the man one day. He's living the life. Yu Yu Hakusho is the best battle shonen. No, I will not be taking questions at this time. I've still never seen all of it. I've only seen up to the episode where Yusuke is about to go fight Toguro. And then Toonami reset the series twice on me and then stopped showing it. They would always just... I think Toonami only had the license to show up till, like, that episode or something. And then they would just, like, reset back to the beginning. And they got me twice with it. I watched it every single day after school and on Fridays and stuff, and they kept getting me with it. I can't believe it, but they did. And but it's very good. Yu Yu Hakusho, quite enjoy. Maybe someday I'll finish it. I tried starting it and finishing it, I think 2 years ago, and I just got sidetracked with other stuff. Same with Dragon Ball. I'm like 180 episodes into Dragon Ball or something like that, with the objective of hopefully going through all of DBZ. Hasn't happened yet, but every once in a while I watch an episode and I'm like, wow, I like this. Danshiko is Danshikokoze no Nichijo, or The Daily Lives of High School Boys. Funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my fucking life. It's just bangers. It's bangers for the entire runtime of the show. It's so painfully relatable. Having watched that, I think it came out while I was in high school. I'm trying to remember, but man, me and the boys watching that show, irreplaceable memories. Irreplaceable. It really is just me and the boys, the television show. It's fantastic. I love it a lot. Sore Machi is As the Town Moves. I watched that one kind of recently, but it's very like it's another like kind of comedy, situational comedy show, but the art in it is really good. Like phenomenal artwork, and I really love the character designs, and all of the characters are very fun. Very funny show, just profusely enjoyable. Highly recommend. Lane. It's Lane. It's Lane. I mean, I had .hack on there already, so you know what's up. Ruin Explorers is an OVA that I really like. I'd recommend watching it when you have the chance. It's pretty short. I think it's like 4 episodes, something like that. I found it on, I heard of it on a whim and watched it, and I just really liked it. It's like it's the most bog standard fantasy thing ever, but the main two girls should have ended up together instead of the romance with the girl and the one guy character, and I think that's a real crime. So anyway, Boku Yaba, that's Boku no Kokoro Yabayatsu or something like that. The Dangers of My Heart. It's cute. It's really cute. Also profusely relatable in a lot of ways. Those are my kids. I love them. I want the best for them. I wish nothing but the best for those two. Fooly Cooley, obviously, it's another one that's just like, I watch it and I get a new thing every single time. I get something new out of that. It probably suffers a lot from if you didn't watch this in a really specific period of your time of your life. Maybe you don't like it as much, but I did, so skill issue. Sorry. Bocchi the Rock, you know what it is. Come on. Go watch it if you haven't. It's good. It's really good. The music's really good. I still think about, I think it's like episode 6 or 8. The scene, the one scene that everybody knows. Chills every time. I don't know. The next two are the same movie, if you squint. Digimon the movie and Summer Wars, both directed by Mamoru Hosoda. He loved making Digimon the movies, obviously, 3 movies spliced into one movie for the English release, which, after having watched the Blu-ray release of the original 3 movies done by Discotek Media, shoutouts, my goat. They're the only ones doing it right. They kill it every time. After watching the 3 movies separately, I think Digimon the movie is the correct way actually to watch that. I think the soundtrack adds a lot. The Digipuns are awesome, and I'm sorry if you don't feel that way. Because it's so good. It's such a time capsule of that specific era of everything, and it's phenomenal. But he enjoyed making that movie so much that he then went and made Summer Wars, which is largely that movie again, minus the Digimon. Also just a phenomenal movie. It's just a really, like, I've watched it with, like, my parents. I've watched it with my non-anime watching friends. If you want a movie to get someone into anime or to watch, whenever, Summer Wars is good. It's just a really good movie. And then Clannad After Story, once again, I don't know if you noticed something about my character design, but I do enjoy Key, and reading through Clannad, the visual novel, finally, in the year of our Lord, 2021? Like, peak COVID, watching or reading through Clannad. Man, I think the visual novel is maybe it's definitely better to experience it through the visual novel than watching the original anime. But the After Story anime is maybe better than the visual novel, I think. It does miss out on a couple points due to the medium of the visual novel coming into play, but it's real good. It's real good. It's pretty sad. But also, there's a lot of good stuff in there. Anyway, next slide. The movies. We can kind of skim through this a little bit quicker, hopefully. I don't have as much to say about it, but I do like my horror, and I like comedy movies that are, like, not Grown-Ups 3, like The Nice Guys, and I don't think I have it on there. It was a tie between The Nice Guys and Logan Lucky, to be perfectly honest with you. Both of those movies I have, like, categorized in the same nook of my brain. I feel like they're sort of similar, kind of like there's a plot, and because of the plot, funny things happen. And that's how I like my comedy movies. I have not seen Glass Onion. I've heard it's not very good, and I don't want to ruin Knives Out by watching it. Because I really like Knives Out. Knives Out sets out to do it does exactly what it sets out to do, and it does it really well, in my opinion. I liked that movie quite a bit. I will see Glass Onion eventually, but I'm scared. I do like my horror movies. I do like my schlock. I enjoy my you know, Scream obviously is it's so what it is. Yeah, and Knives Out is just a fun movie. It's just a fun movie. It's not like a cinematic masterpiece or anything, but like I mean, it's another one of those where like sometimes funny things happen, but it's just like an interesting plot line. Um, I really like the sort of whodunit story. Not featured in my games list, but I really enjoy Phoenix Wright and Danganronpa and things of that nature. Also, Wake Up Dead Man, the third one. Is that out? I saw a trailer for it the other day, and I was like, oh, this actually looks like it could be better than Glass Onion, maybe. But it's only on Netflix or something, right? Or maybe it's coming to theaters and Netflix, I think. I'm not sure. But I still have to watch. Maybe I'll watch Glass Onion and coming in a couple months. Okay. Or it just came out. One of the two. Recent, sometime soon, for sure. Maybe I'll have to get caught up on the Knives Out verse so I can watch that movie. And hopefully that one's good because I don't know what happened with Glass Onion, but people really did not like that one. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I see. Interesting. I'll have to check that out because, like I said, Knives Out, quite good. I don't think I have a TV. Do I have a TV slide? Okay, no, I don't. Oh, we're almost there. There's only like 3 more slides, I promise. But yeah, movies. I really love my David Lynch, as you can see from two representations on there. Fire Walk With Me is kind of a stand-in for the entire series of Twin Peaks. If you haven't seen Twin Peaks, go watch it. It is the best television you could possibly watch. There's so much to unpack constantly. You can rewatch that a million times and you'll get a million more things out of it every time. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's so good. It's so good. Rest in peace, David Lynch. That man had the sauce. He had the sauce every Friday of the goddamn month, dude. It's so good. Yeah, the like complete collection with like Fire Walk With Me and everything like that. The revival is insane. The revival is peak David Lynch. There maybe Eraserhead is like rivaled on it, but I think like Eraserhead and the revival of Twin Peaks is as David Lynch as you could possibly get. They're so good. I also actually really liked. I did not see Dune by David Lynch until after watching the newer movies. I can't remember the name of that director. It's he's got like a French name that I always pronounce wrong. But I really enjoyed the new Dune, and so I was like, oh well, I'm already watching all the David Lynch movies. I should watch the David Lynch Dune, and so I did, and I was like, wow, that movie's got a lot of stuff in it that I really wish was in the new one. I guess it's really interesting. Like the Navigators. Where were those? Those are cool. Where's the space magic? Where's the funny ball suits? I understand why they got rid of those, but I actually did also really like that movie. I think it's got I think it has more staying power than one might think. And I would say if you want the complete Dune experience, you should watch it at least after watching the new ones. Like that, I mean, that's how I did it, obviously, but like I would definitely say watching both of them is like super worthwhile. And I think the David Lynch one is pretty long, but it does adapt like the whole book in one movie. So instead of splitting it up. But highly recommend Dune by David Lynch. I know he hated it and he disowned it basically, and I wish we could have seen the version of Dune that David Lynch wanted to make. But I think what of his movie that ended up not being left on the cutting room floor is in there is fantastic. Is really good. It's great. The world building and tech in the book and older. Oh, you like the world building attack in the older film? Yeah, 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 yeah. TV miniseries. I didn't know about that. I may have to check that out. I also need to read Dune. Lol. I'm so bad about reading books. Where problem with Lynch's Dune is that it has some cool stuff and it gets so much wrong. Yeah. But it's fun. It's fun. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it. I would say probably if you're new to Dune, like you haven't read the book or anything, probably watch the newer one first, just so you have like more background knowledge going on, and then you get like a more complete, rounded version of it by watching the David Lynch one, and then probably actually read the book for like the full picture. And by that point, you're going to be so familiar with things that when they name drop stuff in the book, you're going to be like, I know what that is already. But then maybe you learn something new about it, you know? That's probably the way to go about it if you're like a new Dune fan. Someday I will be not a filthy secondary and I'll read the book. But today is not that day. I also really enjoy... I said it before and I'll say it again. I really enjoy my schlock. So my opinions on movies and certain video games are colored slightly as book, TV, miniseries, Lynch film. Book is a slog. Yeah, it's an older fantasy novel, or like fantasy sci-fi kind of. They do be like that. The weirding modules are just an insanely bad as someone who's a big fan of the book, but it's so funny. It's so funny. Oh man. It would have been really funny if they had incorporated that into the new film somehow, is like an inventor character tries to use it and then he gets like killed or something. I would have loved that. But I do enjoy my bad films. So I have a bit of an appreciation for when things are at least funny, or at least try to do something interesting, even if they sort of fumble it. My list on the left, or on the right, sorry, I can't. It features some of my favorite, just not good movies. Sorry, Spider-Man 3 fans, I'm one of you. That movie's not good. It's also one of the best movies ever made. It's so good. Malignant, also just a phenomenal movie in the like air quotes kind of way. If you haven't seen Malignant or Wish Upon, go in as blind as possible. They're so fun. They're so fun. Megapolis, who is it? Francis Ford Coppola, his magnum opus. Wow. Just incredible. Just an incredible movie to witness, to be a part of, really. I would say, in the process of watching it, you become a part of that movie, I think. And it's somebody paid actors out of their own pocket and wrote that script, you know, and he's real proud of it. He thinks we just don't understand it, and maybe we don't. Maybe we are simply witnessing the shadow of a higher dimensional being performing works that we can't possibly understand when it comes to Megapolis. Probably not, though. The Room, I mean, you know what it is. you know what it is. So now on this next slide, I show my full asshole on stream as I show you guys just how hopelessly illiterate I am. Don't look at the books. Don't look at the books. Anyway, in the music category, we have a lot of pop punk and shoegaze and some like folk stuff. I'm a weird person when it comes to music. I think I gravitate towards like pop punk and like emo type stuff, and then also like jungle drum and bass and like, you know, Hatsune Miku and whatever the fuck. I gravitate towards those in my own time, but then also down at the bottom you'll notice that it says show tunes because I didn't feel like linking all of the musicals that I also really enjoy. I'm a Hamilton apologist. I'm a Book of Mormon apologist. I'm a Dear Evan Hansen apologist. I mean, I just feel like, you know, the Putnam 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. I mean, you know, I was a music theater kid growing up, and sorry, now it's everybody else's problem. At least anybody that interacts with me. But yes, in the book category, we do have Mistborn. I'm a baby when it comes to Brando Sando, but I did really enjoy reading the first, I think, 5 books, because I think the sixth one was not out yet when I read them, so I did not. Well, I listened to the graphic audiobooks, but you know, it's sort of the same. Lord of the Rings, obviously. I mean, it's Lord of the Rings. It's really good. Oh yeah, Brando Sando. He makes crazy fucking magic systems that are insanely intricate and interesting. And I think he had like a college course on some of his writing techniques, and one of the I saw like an episode of one of them where he talks about how he really enjoys magic systems that have rules. They're like built upon rules, and I think that's really interesting. Like having Gandalf be, you know, Gandalf does a magic and it's unfathomable is like cool and all, but I find it so much more fascinating when you have someone has to ingest iron, and when they do, they can pull metal. Only pull. They can't push. They can't do anything else to it. They can just pull it to them. And there's like laws of physics involved where if the metal is like bigger, it'll pull them to the metal and stuff like that. Like it's so cool. It's so interesting because then they use it in really interesting ways, and it's great. I love it. It's the kind of thing that feels like it could work in a video game setting, but also I don't think Mistborn could work in a video game setting. I think it would be too hard to gamify all of those things. Magic being science is also hella cool. Yeah. No, it's oh, he records those classes. Okay, I see. I didn't know how regular of a thing it was, but I saw a couple clips from a couple of his, and the one that really stuck out to me was him finding it more interesting when you put rules on your magic system to work within, because then you come up with like more creative solutions to problems. You encounter a problem and you're like, how do I solve this with my skill set? And that's just like so much more interesting than Gandalf being like, and I do a magic and now you're a frog or something, you know. It's just kind of because like where's the boundary there? What's stopping him from just killing everybody, you know? Other than obviously Gandalf wouldn't do that, but you know. Other books, yeah, it feels like more down to earth in that way. I'm not saying that I dislike like unfathomable fantastical things. Like obviously, you know, I'm a fan of works inspired by the works of H.P. Lovecraft. And I do enjoy a good you know, eldritch truth once in a while in my spare time, but I do think yeah, it's very interesting. I'm a big fan. I have read Neuromancer. that's my like the one that I hold up and I'm like, look, see, I can read books. The rest of these are, I mean, The Outsiders. I read it in school, but I really enjoyed it. It's very good. I highly recommend Snow Crash, though. I need to read Snow Crash. It's relevant more these days than ever, and I probably should read that one. Press X to doubt my ability to read. It's true. Out of these ones, how many of them have I experienced in audiobook form? Let's see. Mistborn, Lord of the Rings, Neuromancer, The Sword of Destiny. But I have read Outsiders and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and both of those are great. I wish I could maintain thoughts with audiobooks. See, the audiobooks that really do it for me are the ones that incorporate like music and multiple voice actors. That really helps me stay focused with it, and a lot of times I'll end up like having the book in front of me and like reading along with it as well. I have to like engage my whole body, otherwise I can't focus on it. It's my brain is broken. My brain is broken. But the Lord of the Rings audiobook that I listened to that incorporated music from like the movies and had different voice actors it was the best possible way to experience that story. Holy shit, it's so good. Graphic Audio that does the Mistborn and other Brando Sando audiobooks. Holy shit, it's so good. There's an ad break right now. I'm sorry if you're not subbed. The VOD will be up on YouTube. I'm just gonna keep talking. I can't stop the ads. I can only delay them. They are inevitable, unfortunately. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is more prompted by my interest in Silent Hill and other things that reference it in turn. But I do really enjoy the like sort of fantasticalness of it. I do think it's quite good. But Sword of Destiny, which is I think it's technically the first novel in the Witcher series. I think in terms of the ones that he wrote, I think he wrote that one first, but chronologically it's like second or something. It's kind of just a collection of short stories where Geralt just kind of like does Witcher stuff, and he just roams around the countryside doing Witcher things. And it's as Witcher as the series gets, I think. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it when it was just Geralt like going around doing stuff and then encountering people and, you know, themes. I don't know. I think I just really like that format. When it kind of changes to be more of like a consistent plot line, it wasn't bad. It just it wasn't, you know, I guess what I wanted from the series so much. But I do plan to go back and finish. I think I'm in Blood of Elves, I think is where I left off. I need to go back to that one for sure. And then once I finish the books, I can play the video games, right? Smile? Maybe someday. I do really want to play through the Witcher video games, though. I played a bit of the first one, and that was what prompted me to read the books, was I didn't want to miss out on things. Because characters just, like, show up, and Geralt's like, oh, you! And I'm like, yeah, him. Although Geralt has amnesia in that one, which is sort of your, like, prompt to be like, the books don't matter anymore, except they totally do. So, yeah. I need to read more books. Not on this list, but I read it as a part of the book club in Nino Egan Discord. Lol. Giovanni's Room was a deeply emotionally affecting book. A very good novel by James Baldwin. I mean, it's, you know, once again, it's a story about, you know, two gay men who are in love, which is something that's not relevant to me, but I thought it was very moving. I thought it was a very well written and very, very emotionally affecting book. It's tragic. It's a tragic ass book, but it's really good. Giovanni's Room. Highly recommend that one. It's also not very long. Played the OG Witcher back in the day. Graphics cards struggled to render the textures. Oh man. How times have changed. Now you can run that shit on a Chromebook. It was an experience, but I really wanted to play the game. Would love to see an Orm Witcher stream. I think it could be fun. There's a lot happening in it, like, constantly, so I think it could be good. I would unfortunately have to do like all of the side quests and talk to all the people, but you know, I don't think The Witcher 1 is really that long. And when I initially tried to play it, I played it using a full combat rebalance mod that made it. The aim of it was to make combat more realistic, which I don't know if was maybe the best option because it made every enemy die in like 2 hits because I was hitting them with a sword and then they died, as you would expect. But it did make the mages a hell of a lot easier to deal with. And monsters were really scary because they could kind of just eviscerate you very quickly. It sort of worked, yeah. But I probably won't use that if I were to play it again. Throw it on the list of RPGs to play. But for that one, I need to read the books first. So, maybe bully me into reading more, and then maybe that'll happen when I find the time. I still have to finish Higurashi. Ah! Anyway, that's enough about how illiterate I am. Here's just some things to know about me that I dislike. This is just PNG stuff. Bully streamer to read. Write that down. Yeah, exactly. Just a few things that I don't like. Peanuts and fish. They're gross. That's it. Period. End of story. Sorry if you like them. Skill issue. Anyway, I also don't really like corporate stuff. This is really more relevant to like my personal life rather than on stream. This will probably never come up, but dumb corporate bullshit makes me seethe, and I hate it. I understand it. I understand why it's important and why it's necessary. Sometimes, anyway. A lot of it just... I also really hate not being a knower. I'm I think, more nosy of a person than you might expect. I don't go out of my way to be like, ooh, who's who, but I do like to know what's going on quite a bit. So I like research things in my private time, like a lot. Whenever I hear about something or I learn of like a new thing, I look into it and I'm like Googling and shit. And I mean, maybe that's like a normal thing to do, but I spend a lot of time reading about things that will never be relevant to me. So yeah, I don't know. I can't just like summon the knowledge off the top of my head because my brain memory doesn't work like that. But every once in a while, I'll just like, I'll be able to just pull something out and be like, oh yeah, I know that. Like how blood turns into the consistency of a hard-boiled egg if you are in a room that's like 107 degrees for too long. Fun fact, your blood doesn't like it. Just like, I don't know, just a bunch of random shit, mostly. But I didn't really have a whole lot to put on this slide, so there's that. And then here we have my entirely too ambitious list of goals. If you've been around for more than a day, you probably are looking at this list and you're like, that's nice. If any of these things happen, that'd be great. Let's hope for one of them to happen, at least. Maybe someday. Have an actual schedule. Like I want to have like a funny little editable picture thing that I can post on like Twitter and stuff. I could just do the notepad thing. I probably should just do the notepad thing, but that would require me to actually also plan my time and have a schedule for what I'm going to stream and when, which has so far eluded me entirely. Make friends and collab with other VTubers. I mean, gestures. Anyway, karaoke stream and or do, that's not to pressure you, by the way. You don't have to if you don't want to. But also, I appreciate it when you guys are just here and chatting and yeah. Karaoke stream and or do a cover probably more likely the second one. Um, I have I have hangups when it comes to singing. Sometimes I listed it as a thing that I like to do, but it's a thing that I largely like to do on my own time, not in front of other people. So when I do end up singing around other people, it feels like an event in my brain, and I get scared. I love karaoke, but I never want it to be recorded. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I was in choir and show choir and stuff, and I think I'm okay. I think I'm a decent-ish singer. I'm definitely not like Michael Bublé or some shit, but you know, I can throw a tune around, and I enjoy doing it a lot. And it's something that I wish I could do more. I really miss being a part of like musicals and musical theater productions and like singing in a choir, and it would be fun to incorporate that kind of stuff into something somewhere somehow, instead of just belting Black Parade in my car, you know. But who knows, maybe someday I'll be like, hey, let's get drunk and just like throw my voice out on stream. Learn to draw more good. This last year or so, I've been motivated by various communities to draw random shit, and I have a tablet for it, and it's kind of fun. The act of making lines appear on a computer screen does sort of make me want to die, in like a sort of existential kind of way, especially when I have like the idea in my head and then I'm like trying to raster it into physical being, and then I can't because my feeble hands don't know how to do the thing, despite years of hand-eye coordination, you would think, but it turns out drawing a line is a little bit harder than hitting a clip. Yeah, I mean, you know, it'd be cool to be able to draw some things, because sometimes I have like an idea for something, or I'm like inspired by something, and like I'm like, wow, I really wish I could draw this thing, and then I can't, because I can't draw. So you know, I would love to be able to draw better than just my 11 millionth dick butt image, but who knows, maybe someday. Slightly more likely than that, on the next one down, is make an RPG Maker /Ren'P/ROM hack. If you've been around during my Pokemon streams, you'll probably have heard me make reference to a number of ROM hacks that I've been playing and have played. And I find them fascinating. I would love to do that. The tools exist, and I've looked into them, and I'm like, wow, I can totally do this. I just would have to do it. So maybe someday, Orm in the Box ROM hack coming to a emulator near you, but who knows? It'll probably suck ass and be really bad, but Ren'P is like that's like a visual novel writing software. I have RPG Maker on there because I've owned various RPG Maker softwares over the years, but I just have never sat down and done it. Honestly, I was more motivated by the ROM hack thing because Pokemon, and I feel like I know a bit more. I would feel like I would be more comfortable making one of those rather than like an RPG Maker, but you know, I guess we'll see. Ren'P visual, like making a visual novel sounds awesome, except again, I can't draw. So the visual part might be kind of hard. Also, I've never written anything in my life. So I have no idea if I would be able to tell an effective story. I'm able to like look at a story and notice the things that the story does that are like smart and good. But I don't know if I could just like gestures forward. I don't know if I could like make that happen out of my like off the dome, you know. I think I was maybe born to be an editor and not like a writer, but who knows? Maybe someday I'll have experienced enough tricks that I'll be like, wow, I could totally do that. Twine for making interactive fiction, no graphics required. That could be interesting too. I feel like the writing part of it would be the maybe bigger hurdle than the art part of it, because I've drawn things before and the art could just be really shit, but the writing like has to be good, and I don't write or read like ever, so yeah. And then to round out this funny goals list is you know, the lofty, the ever elusive becoming conversational in Nihongo, or Japanese for you English speakers. It's something that I've been like just kind of absorbing through osmosis my whole life, and I took a class on it and learned some stuff and have an interest in like localization things and like how things get translated and, you know, various other stuff like that. But Japanese is hard, man. It's probably not that hard. It's probably just like if you do the thing and you do it consistently and you make it a part of your everyday life, eventually you will just know it. You will just pick it up and learn it. Which is true of everything, but specifically like Japanese. I would love to be able to speak it so that I would be able to go to Japan and not need my friend to hold my hand and guide me around everywhere like a useless lost puppy. Because I'm like, tore wa doko desu ka? And like, so des. You know, like I know phrases and shit, but I would not be able to hold a conversation to save my life. I like was hanging out with my friend and his friends in Japan. We like went out to bars and stuff, and they would be like talking to each other, and I would hear maybe, you know, one or two words that I was like, oh, okay, they're talking about this, and then I would ask my friend what they're talking about, and he's like, oh, describes a whole situation that I did not get the vibe for at all. Ah, I see. My bad. So yeah. I just gotta hop on the Wanikani. I gotta hop on the Genki, and maybe take like another class or something. Or I could just go full nuclear, sell everything I own, and move to Japan. You know, figure it out. But Japan don't want me. Understandably so. There's Learn Japanese RPG Hiragana Forbidden Speech on Steam. Hiragana Forbidden Speech. That must be a different one. I have owned on Steam a series of learning Japanese games for a very long time. Is this by the same people? It is not. Okay. I love how it's always like some kind of RPG Maker thing. It's so awesome. Oh, it's already on my wish list. Look at that. There's also Shashingo. Yeah, I also wanted to check out that one. That one seems like it might be a little more approachable, just because it's, you know, not like a whole thing, like a whole RPG Maker thing. I definitely would have interest in checking out some of these, but Learn Japanese to Survive, Hiragana Battle, Kanji Combat, and Katakana War. I've had those in my Steam library for probably like 10 years now, and had not played them. The Hiragana Battle would probably be pretty easy. My Hiragana's pretty good. Katakana War might kill me. My katakana is insanely bad. And I need to know katakana because everything's written in fucking katakana. So, maybe someday I could play those on stream and we could all learn a little Japanese together. It might be kind of fun. I don't know if they're actually like good games or not. They're just RPG Maker things that you're supposed to like use to study the funny runes. Yeah, it might be fun. You know, maybe we'll fuck around and learn some Japanese. But it also unfortunately does not teach how to like say the words, which is just as debatably more important in like learning how to read the letters. But you know, baby steps, I suppose. Maybe if I knew how to read katakana, I could then move on to like actually reading and learning anything, because it's all written in katakana. Everything's written in katakana. It's everywhere, and I just don't know it, and I keep seeing it, and it keeps making me mad because I don't know it. Anyway, that's it for the slides. I don't have any more than that. Thank you once again, Miss Myra Moores, for drawing my model. This is her lore is like, it's sort of like Full Metal Alchemist. She's like this very cute like adventurer. I think she's meant to be like a hero or like a mage of some kind. And then you know, tragedy, and she like loses her arms and becomes like a sick nasty. I don't know if I should be showing this on stream. This is like her artwork, but she's very cool. Go check her out. Her aesthetic, her like aesthetical preferences and just general what she's about and what she's into, very cool, very awesome. Oh, something that we haven't seen yet. Check this out. Isn't that pretty cool? I have a BRB screen now. This was drawn by Seer, or Sere? I think it's Seer. Formerly _channel, but now just Seer. They gave this to me literally last night. It was like the final piece of the puzzle to unlock Exodia, and you know, dunk this whole model debut thing and get it going. You'll notice that Mr. Mimic Mode bouncing around on screen. Like I said, he's not going anywhere. He's still here. Don't worry about him. This image will also be replacing the starting soon screen. I just have to swap that over. I just didn't want to spoil everything. But yeah. And then the funny music you're hearing in the background. Well, first off, let's go back to the chat screen. That artwork was done by Seer, spectral train conductor of the Gehenna roadways. I'm blocking it. Hold on. I'm blocking it. They're very cool. Their art is very awesome, as you can see. Go check them out. They stream a whole bunch of things, a lot of art, a lot of they were streaming, I think, Higurashi or Umineko at one point. They were playing Void Stranger not too long ago. I don't know if they still are. I think they are. It's a big game. Sorry, my voice is I need to drink a lot more water. I think I've been talking a lot this stream. This is more than I usually talk. Oh my. Okay. They're very cool. The music you're hearing in the background in my starting soon, my chat, and my be right back screens, all of that music was done by Cement Tea. Also on Twitter, they have a VGen as well. Seer has a VGen. A lot of these, everything I did through like VGen, it's just been the most like convenient and consistent way. Go check them all out. They're all awesome. The transition that I've been using for multiple streams was done by Anime Gum, also on VGen. They're all phenomenal. They all do great work. Anime Gum just kind of fucking, they just ripped that one out in like 2 seconds. I told them what I wanted, and they showed me like a rough animated sketch, and I was like, that's exactly it. And they're like, awesome, let me color it. And then they did, and it's great. I mean, it's awesome. Cement Tea, very cool, very banger beats. I was kind of I was playing hardball on the third one for the not the live screen, the BRB screen, and I apologized to them. I was so picky on that one. I wanted it to sound so specific, and we got there in the end. I'm so sorry. The other ones were so easy. I was like, hey, I need a thing with this vibe, and they're like, bet. And then they handed me songs, and I was like, that's it. That's phenomenal. It's great. Thank you. But the third one, I was being so picky, and I try to be you know, when you're commissioning someone, it's very scary because you're obviously, you know, you're paying money for it, and you want it to turn out well, and you want it to be the thing that you're paying money for. But you also are like, this is like a person's livelihood, and I don't want to be a huge dick. So I'm sorry, everybody that I commissioned. I'm sorry. Thank you for taking my commission. I appreciate it. I couldn't have done any of this without any of them. Oh my god. Also, you can't search on Twitter unless you're logged in. Plugging the old emotes that have been around forever. Des Mormos, friend of the channel. They come by every once in a while. They did a phenomenal job on all of the like all of these emotes. Those were all them. Also, the ones featuring my Final Fantasy XIV character were all done by them. It's funny that those are still around. I don't have any explanation for them other than they're just somewhat relevant. I don't even know if I've played Final Fantasy XIV on stream or not. I think I did for a little bit one time, but I mean, they just kind of surprised me with those, and I'm so thankful because I love these emotes. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think I'm just gonna wait until I unlock more slots to kind of add to the roster. I might swap some of them to being like animated or something. You just make like a GIF with like 1 frame or something, and then you upload them that way. But I guess we'll see. I don't want to get rid of them. Like I said, I still feel very strongly for that design and that model, and I'm not getting rid of them. They're still here. They're still around. They're still relevant. I just look like this now. But the last one, that last one, I have them credited at the bottom of the channel for the Wiggly emote. They're also credited directly on the emote. You could click on it, I think, and it should show their credit, but I want to say their name right now. Cat Jester. I think they were also on VGen. I want to say. Let's punch their thing into Twitter and see what happens. Yeah, them. Cat Jester did a phenomenal job on the Wiggly emote. It came out exactly what I wanted it to be. It's so good. It's so good. I love him so much. Thank you once again. That was like one of the oldest emotes that I commissioned. It's one of the first things I ever got with the Mimic model, and I mean, it's It's an all-timer, I think. I'm never getting rid of that. He's perfect. He's exactly what he needs to be. Do the colors match exactly? No. Who cares? Look at him. Look at him go. He's fantastic. I love him. Thank you, Catchester. I don't know if they're still on VGen or not, but if they are, go check them out. They did good work. That's it. That's the debut portion of the stream. It's 7:15, so I killed a solid, what is that, 2 hours and 45 minutes on that. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching that and coming to hang out and you know, making all this happen, really, because the gumption for any and all of this is really just motivated by like when people show up and you know, hanging out and doing cool stuff on stream. I hope to play a lot more like interesting you know, kind of out there games. I know we had a really long stint with Pokemon, and I don't think Pokemon's gone forever for sure, but I definitely have a short list of some indie stuff and some weirder RPG things to play that I definitely want to throw up on stream. I've kind of been doing some soul searching, and I've realized that perhaps I want to do more things that I can complete relatively quickly on stream, as opposed to like Trails in the Sky remake, which would be a like full year endeavor, and I would never allow myself to play anything else because I was too busy being stuck in that game. Unless I get in the habit of playing multiple things at a time, which just hasn't happened yet. I just don't think a longer RPG is necessarily in the books for what I've got going on, but I'm not going to count it out ever. He says, knowing full well that he really wants to stream Okage Shadow King somewhat recently, or somewhat, not recently, but somewhat soon. I mean, but that's not like an incredibly long game, right? Yeah. I wanted that to be kind of like the game I played to like sort of show off the debut model. That's on my list too, lol. Yeah, the art of that game is also somewhat of an inspiration in this, I would say. Obviously my arms are like pretty Tim Burton-y, and that game has like sort of similar design sensibilities, I would say, to something like that, although it's definitely more anime. But I do really want to play that game, as well as there's a bunch of just, you know, weird out there RPGs like Off. I need to play Off really bad. I don't know why I haven't played that game yet. But I think I want to focus a bit more on some of the like lesser known, perhaps weirder things. Other games I want to play somewhat soon. You know, obviously after our Silent Hill-a-thon is done, I want to play 10 Dead Doves. Stares at Off in the Steam library. Did I buy that on Steam yet? I'm not sure. I don't want to play the Steam version before playing the freeware version because they have different soundtracks. Apparently, the freeware version, in making the music, they used sound clips from a lot of different sources, and rather than going through the legal nightmare of obtaining the rights to all of those sources, they just made a new soundtrack. My understanding is that it's in much the same vibe, but things like Pepper Steak, the very iconic battle theme, I believe are not in the like official release. But I mean, I'm trying to remember. I know Toby Fox is involved. Toby Fox is involved in that game somehow, so I'm sure he had a hand in some of the soundtrack at least, if not the entire damn thing. So there's no way it's not good. There's no way it's not at least good. So, but I definitely am now forced by myself to play that game twice because I need to experience the original version as well as this new fancy, you know, whatever release version. And it's a crime against myself that I haven't played that game yet, because I know I'll like it. Other things of that nature would be like, shit, what's that game called? Space Funeral, or Middens, or you know, other RPG Maker kind of thing. I want to play a lot more games like that, that are maybe a bit more interesting to like look into, and works by the Catamites. Is that what the creator's name is? I only know of the game. Is that's Space Funeral that you're talking about? They made? Yeah. Middens was someone else that I don't know. They also made another one called Gingivia. I think is how you say it. Like gingivitis. Gingivia. RPG Maker horror games from the 2010s. Speaking of, Corpse Party, like the whole thing, I want to do that. The Tetralogy pack came out somewhat recently, or is coming out somewhat soon. I might be hopping on that. I gotta play through Pocket Mirror and whatever it is. It's like Little Goody Two Shoes, I think it's called. Those games look great. I really want to play them. Did I say 10 Dead Doves? It's like a survival horror game that's apparently like pretty David Lynch. It sounds awesome. I gotta play that. So yeah, I think I wanna do a lot more things of that nature, because that's a little bit more of like what I'm usually into. Not that I'm not into Pokemon, obviously. You've seen me nuzlocke 4 of those damn games, including the Stadiums and XD Gale of Darkness and Coliseum. So like obviously I enjoy Pokemon, but I don't want to be like the Pokemon guy, you know. I don't want to pigeonhole myself into some kind of thing. I kind of just want to be able to stream game that I want to play, you know. And yeah, that's kind of it, I think. Hey, I'm gonna click stop streaming, and then I'm going to start stream again. And then we're gonna play some Silent Hill. Actually, hold on. What if we raided someone? What if we raided someone? Wouldn't that be something? Well, maybe that's disingenuous. Because if I raid somebody, then it's like, oh, but I'm actually just going to start streaming immediately afterward. Maybe that's disingenuous. Let's not do that, actually. I'm just going to click end, and then we will play Silent Hill. And then we will raid somebody at the conclusion of that. And that makes more sense in my brain, actually. I don't know. I don't know how to end stream. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been doing this for a couple years now. It doesn't show. I don't know what's if you have someone you'd know, that'd be funny. I was thinking about raiding Vidyamon, to be honest. He's playing the Time Stranger demo, and I was hoping to catch like 2 minutes of that and then just immediately into Silent Hill. Yeah, friend of the channel, Vidyamon, go check him out. He really likes Digimon. He's very cool. He comes in sometimes. I'm really excited about Time Stranger. Everything I've heard, it sounds pretty good. But more on that in a minute. I'm gonna drink a lot of water, and then I'll be right back. And we're gonna play Silent Hill. I'm not even gonna. Then they have to raid you back. That would be very funny. I think I've seen somebody do that like once, and it was very funny. I'm gonna do the thing I also have to make another screen using this same image that's like a okay bye, so that I have something to end on. But we're gonna end on a BRB screen instead because that's what I've got. So don't go anywhere.